Today we're going to be diving into the latest GTA Online weekly update, and we're going to be checking out all of the opportunities that await you guys as players in terms of bonuses, discounts, the weekly challenge, free rewards. We got some free vehicles, of course, unlockable vehicles, removed vehicles, all that and more. And of course, earlier this morning, we also got some news on the new GTA Online Summer DLC update. It seems to be some leftovers from the Cops and Crooks update that was seemingly canned in summer of 2020. But with this update, players are going to be able to run their own bail enforcement and bounty hunting business. I hope it's similar, of course, to Red Dead Online, and it's not just like payphone hit style missions that you could just do over and over. I hope there's some different tiers of difficulty, like security contracts with the agency or something like that, just to make it a little bit more diverse. We have a bunch of news, but I'll be talking about that later. This is specifically for the weekly update here in GTA Online, and we're going to be jumping right into things. Alright, so starting off this week's weekly challenge, complete 3 auto shop client jobs, which are those client deliveries, and you will be rewarded with the LS Customs overalls as well as $100,000. So as long as you have some vehicle modification bays in your auto shop, you just deliver 3 of those cars to clients and you will get $100,000. You can even have staff deliver them anyway. Just as long as you get 3 of them done, you get the 100 grand. When it comes to our bonuses, this is an auto shop focused week, but the contract robberies are not going to be double money. What we do have double money on is double money and RP on the exotic exports, where you take a car, you find it as a blue ping on the map, and you deliver it to the docks. We have double money and double RP on the offense, defense, adversary mode, and in addition to that, we also have double money on the auto shop client jobs as well. So instead of $20,000, $30,000, and $40,000 payouts, you're going to be getting $40,000, $60,000, and $80,000 payouts for those auto shop client deliveries. And the exotic exports, instead of paying $20,000 per car, they will be $40,000. And then I'm not sure how much you're going to make with offense, defense, but of course that's really only worth it if you have no sort of business and you kind of want to get involved right away and earn some extra money with some type of bonus adversary mode for this week. Now, jumping into our vehicle discounts, of course, last week it was a big benefactor of the week. This week it's all about different Eastern car manufacturers. So we do have 30% off the Dinka Jester RR, 30% off the Dinka RT3000, 30% off the Dinka Sugoi, 30% off the Nagasaki Strider, 30% off the Maibatsu Penumbra FF, 30% off the Anis 300R, 30% off the Anis ZR350, 30% off the Anis Elegy Retro Custom at Benny's, 30% off the Nagasaki Blazer Aqua, 30% off the Nagasaki Outlaw, as well as 40% off all auto shop properties, upgrades, and modifications. So that's your big property discount for this week. And we also have 40% off the Emperor ETR1 in the game this week as well. That's going to be one of the removed vehicles, as well as some of the others that we're going to be talking about. Now, for your salvage yard robberies, these are going to be available until June the 12th. So we do have the Dinka Blista Conjo as this week's standard range vehicle. This comes with the LS Pounders license plate. It is going to be this week's claimable vehicle that you can claim by completing the podium robbery for this week. The cargo ship robbery returns, where you steal the Dinka Jester RR, and that is this week's mid-range vehicle. And then the top range vehicle for this week is the Fister Growler, and you could steal that in the Duggan robbery. So this week's claimable vehicle is honestly not that nice. The Dinka Blista Conjo, that's really not that impressive of a vehicle, but you do get that unique license plate. Now, when it comes to our free vehicles, your Lucky Wheel podium vehicle at the Diamond Casino and Resort this week is the Karen Previan, and then we also have the Karen Calico GTF at the LS Car Meet, which is this week's LS Car Meet prize ride, and you can win this vehicle by winning LS Car Meet Series races for 3 consecutive days in a row this week. Now let's check out all of the test drive vehicles. The Weenie EC Rally is this week's premium test drive vehicle for those players on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. And then we also have the Karen Previan here that's featured as a standard range vehicle. It's going to actually feature the limited edition Fukaru alt livery. We have the Emperor Vector, which is also going to feature the X720 limited time livery, and then the Karen Sultan RS Classic featuring the Dense Motorsport limited time livery. All of these are part of the standard vehicles that you can get for test drive vehicles at the LS Car Meet this week. Now let's transition over to Simeon's Premium Deluxe Motorsport car dealership in the game, where we have the Emperor ETR1 that's going to be available, the Anis Silvestra, the Karen 190Z, the Shih Tzu Hakuchu, as well as the Dinka Varus. At Luxury Autos, we have a new refresh. We do have the Canis Terminus that's going to be featured here, as well as the Karen Vivnite. And then when it comes to our 2 gun van discounts, we have 30% off the heavy revolver. That's going to be available for all players in the game. And then the battle rifles are also going to be available for 50% off for GTA Plus members only. Now, let's talk about this week's time trials and premium race. This week's HSW time trial is Pacific Bluffs to Mount Gordo, so of course Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 players right there. This week's normal time trial is down Chiliad, and then this week's premium race, locked to the motorcycles category, is Boots on the Ground. So that is basically everything that's coming this week here in the GTA Online update. Like I said, I'm going to be talking more in detail about all of the summer update content coming pretty soon on the channel, but just in case you kind of want to, of course you probably already heard about it because I haven't made the video yet, but I'm sure many others have. But when it comes to this content that we're getting with the summer update, we're getting that bail enforcement and bounty hunting business, a number of existing modes and missions including taxi work, Operation Paper Trail, and open wheel races will receive payouts and boosts to those payouts. The creator receives new features, including expanding custom drift race tracks and drag race circuits, as well as crowd animations, and testing races also becomes easier with creators being able to launch tests from any checkpoint. And we're also getting additional updates through the form of experience updates and expansions, where a series of improvements are going to be made to the game, including increased cell mission timers to make the biker and the gun running sales easier for solo players, and then of course the snacks being automatically replenished when joining most missions. That is something that, of course, I like to see this. I guess this is pretty good right here. It would be great if we also had like an increased inventory of snacks as well, or of course an increased inventory of armor. But if it's going to be refilling after every single mission, that also is pretty nice, because it sucks having to constantly go back to the agency to grab snacks, get some armor, things like that. I'd love to just like have, be able to carry 1,000 snacks and maybe like 100 armor or something, similar to Red Dead, where you can carry 40 tonics at a time, and then you just go to your camp lockbox and you can claim even more that you purchase or crafted or whatever the case is. So you're always topped up. You're never having to take so much time out of your PlayStation to constantly go back to a central location to get more snacks, to get more armor, things like that. But with that being said, like I said, that's everything coming with this summer update to GTA Online. Full video out later here on the channel, as well as everything coming this week with the weekly update to GTA Online. Rockstar said we're getting bonuses on the contract and the chop shop, but they also said and more in the newswire. And of course, with this week not having contract or chop shop bonuses, this is probably the and more week they're talking about. We have a couple weekly events left, of course, in June until this update drops. We have the whole entire month to get through basically until whenever the summer update comes out in late June. So we're going to have the contract, we're going to have the chop shop. It's okay. If you still want to take a break from this weekly update, that's totally fine. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video here today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best GTA Online and Rockstar Games content, then please consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. Also, if you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next GTA 5 online video. Adios, amigos.